We're doing no hito. No hito. Get some good audio on that. Yay. I'm here today with an Instagram friend, Lady Pajama, and otherwise known as Katie. I get kind of nervous, hold on. Katie is in town for
it was a zine fest.
A zine fest. She does zines. We'll talk about that in a minute. She lives two states over?
Yeah, two states over
in Montana. And since she was in town, I thought I'd have her on the show to paint with me because her style is really different from mine. But I met her on Instagram initially because I really liked her stuff, and also because she was not shy about like getting back to me and talking to me and being open. And maybe you're introverted, extrovert, extroverted, introvert.
Fully extroverted.
You're just a full extrovert? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers.
Extrovert. Cheers. That's like crazy.
Isn't that good?
It's mint lime. Mint lime.
You could put cucumber in it though.
Oh my God, yes, it should be garnished with cucumber.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm already cussing.
Sparkling water fans. I'll have to bleep that out.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, go ahead. Oh, here. Here's some brushes. And
yeah, so usually I have like a pretty like specific sort of process that when I start paintings that I do.
Okay.
I would say more than anything, I usually use an oil pastel. And what's interesting, these are oil pastels,
yes,
right?
They are.
And what usually I do is like pretty much on all of my art practice, like everywhere, is I don't think about the color.
Okay.
I just like kind of like close my eyes
and
pick something.
I'll pick mine.
Oh my God, I picked the best color. But sometimes I'm just like legit like horizon line. You know, it just kind of depends on my vibe. I'm feeling horizon length.
I usually do a scribble or something.
Right, yeah. And for me, it's all about creating a series kind of deal. So if I'll have like 8 pieces out and I'll have like, just like that line goes all the way through all of them. And like it ties them all together. Kind of like you're not gonna see that line. Like they're all spiritually connected or something, or they're all like the soul, the spine of them is all connected.
Yeah, I get that.
So, and then usually my next move is I'll use paint and a scraper.
Pick a scraper, any scraper.
I'm always a big fan of the credit card. I'm just gonna close my eyes and pick a color. Oh my God, look what color I picked. It's almost exactly the same. Okay,
That's probably not gonna work.
I'm gonna pick 2 colors. So then I like just put a little on each board, and I'll do of each color. And then I'll scrape. Okay, and then usually once I've gotten to this stage, then I will usually do a collage. But let's just do this because it's like, I just rip stuff up and then use acrylic medium.
Oh yeah, here.
Put like anything works.
Yeah.
I am so hard on brushes. Like 1, painting, and then 2, I am really whimsical and just like easily distracted, and so I will wander out of my studio and leave them all in water. Sometimes if I get like little bubbles in it too, when it's like this thin kind of magazine-y paper, I'll just like undo it and then come back. And sometimes they just dry that way, and that's just life. And sometimes later on, I just rip them right off.
Yeah, me too. Like, I don't like the bubbles.
And sometimes too, like this, I'll just like rip off half of it. Like I'll rip off where the bubbles are and leave the part that isn't. You can kind of do that while they're still all wet and stuff. So that is like almost every painting that I make. It's like those first 3 steps. And then I just kind of just go from there. I just kind of vibe it out. And if I'm stuck, you know, sometimes you're just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I will just do, like, I'll just rotate through, you know, a mark making device. So either a pencil or, yes, pencil. That, yeah.
I know I do that.
Oh, I just marked on yours. And then I'll do paint, and then I'll do, you know, like I'll just like go wherever I go. All my paint is like in this big canvas bag, and it's a mixture between like craft paints like this, or you know, the like fancy art paints, but usually I've gotten them out of like free boxes or whatever. And then I have lots of house paints too.
We were talking about your name, Lady Pajama. Where does that come from?
It's actually kind of like an embarrassing story only now, because I realized that I was like just being really culturally insensitive when I came up with it, but I'll tell the whole story. Like, okay. I don't mind. When I was like 21 or 22, I went on this field trip with the alternative religions class out of the University of Montana. And we went to go stay with the Hare Krishnas in Vancouver, BC. It was amazing. One of those just amazing experiences. Yeah. And there was a lady there that if you needed anything like towels or tampons or whatever, you would go to her, and her name was Lady Pajama or something like that, which this is where the cultural insensitivity. I did not spend the time to figure out exactly how to say her name or anything like that, because I was young and dumb and didn't know. But we just referred to her as Lady Pajama on the side, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, well we should go ask Lady Pajama for that or whatever. And I was like, Lady Pajama is like the best name. And at the time it was like really not okay to use your name on the internet. Like, you know, it wasn't like now where everybody's like, my name is, you know, John Smith, and basically here's my address. Why don't I give you my social security number while I'm at it? At the time, you didn't put your real name on the internet. Like, that was just like not okay. And so everybody had like their like moniker, like their internet moniker. And
mine was Blake Cake.
Right?
Blake Cake,
which is probably, that's why your Instagram's that, I guess.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, so like shortly after that, I joined LiveJournal, which was basically the first social media that I was ever a part of, and so cool. And I used Lady Pajama as the name, and and then after that, like years later, you know, all my emails and stuff were all Lady Pajama. I started publishing zines, and I like really didn't want, like I was going out to like farmers markets and stuff like that, like in art sales, craft sales and stuff, and selling them. I didn't really want like my 5th grade teacher to like pick up one of my zines and be like, oh, what's little Katie doing? You know, like, why don't, you know, like, and it being like all about like, you know, this guy murdering someone, you know, it was like, I was writing some pretty dark things. Yeah, and that's just like, after that, like I built a name for myself with that name, and I just rolled with it. I really want that. The black charcoal.
That's that.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Like butter.
I know.
It's like butter. Oh, I want that too. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice too. It's got the crunchy like.
And I have a fixative too, so it doesn't.
Oh yeah.
It's right here.
Where do you get the fixative that doesn't, usually the fixatives are like,
yeah,
you know, like.
Non-toxative.
Where do you get that at?
Just get it
I like want one.
Art store.
Okay.
Most every art store sells it.
I guess I just never looked for it. Like a really heavy, like layer of like clear spray paint.
Well, you know, there's UV fixative spray that I put on everything because it prevents the light from fading the paint colors. And it also puts a sort of waterproof thing on it for a little bit of damp.
You know what's funny is like, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
As long as it looks good right now. If it's different in 20 years, it's kind of cool. It's like time and me are like collaborating.
Well, that's a good way of thinking about it.
I know, I don't know. Like ooh, oh my God, what are these? I didn't know you could get them in all different weird colors.
That's my favorite, the hot pink one.
Okay, I'm going hot pink. Wow, look how pink that is. Ooh. I used to have a white ones that were called Mean Streaks, and I got them at this like
Mean Streaks?
Yeah, that's what they were called. Yeah, and I got them at like a dollar store. They're so cool that I went and bought all of them. I have this guy that I'm in love with right now. I don't know what his name is, but he's this guy right here. And he just needs to not be in pencil. That's the way that I think we differ, is that I know, I just like felt like he needs to pop more. Okay. And he's just gonna get lost in the painting. So I think that is one of the big things that we vary, is that you're more abstract, but I usually, like they just come out in my work. They just show up. Yeah, it's a little dude.
I love that.
So I just need to pull him out a little bit so that he's like winning.
Maybe I'll do a figure or something, or like I've been really into chairs.
I'm bringing on this color art zine, and I made the cover while I was watching your chair video.
Episode, yeah.
And so the back of my piece has like a chair on it just for you, and I thought I'd have it done by now, and I was gonna give you a copy, and I didn't happen.
I don't like things to look too perfect, and I'm sure you're the same. Oh, that's cool. You know, so like I've learned to paint kind of like a kid, or use my left hand, or just because I don't like, I think this chair is like too perfect.
Right.
Almost, and I almost want to mess it up a little.
Right. So I used to really be obsessed with my own drawing, and I would love to draw real things because they looked so weird and they didn't look anything like the real thing. And then I got too good at drawing.
I'm even getting good at painting with my left hand, and which is disappointing because I don't. I started painting with my left hand, so I wasn't. You actually kind of have a punk aesthetic to me.
Oh yeah, that's super my background for sure.
Is it?
Yeah, I was very much a punk kid. And that's how I got into zines, and it wasn't so much just like punk because it was just counterculture in general. Like I was obsessed with like every counterculture throughout my life. You know, the hippies, the 60s, like I kind of got over that obviously, but the beatnik generation, I was like, the best part about the whole punk scene was that it was no rules and you didn't have to do anything well. And I think that was so freeing to me because I wanted to be an artist, but I wasn't good at it. At some point it was like, oh, I don't have to make art that looks good.
No.
And yeah, and so here I am.
So your art probably looks better than theirs now. They're probably jealous.
They are actually, yeah. Some of my friends, I have like surpassed them because I like literally kept doing it. I make art every day, and you know, they'll maybe revisit it like every once in a while. And
how about fun fact about you, like something that nobody knows?
I did write a zine a while ago that was just all my quirks. So there's probably something. Like one of the quirks was like I'm really messy, but I'm still a germaphobe. Like my house is like just total disaster area. Like
really?
Legit disaster area. Like if people follow me on Instagram every once in a while, I'll show like videos of my how messy my house is, and I think it's good for people to realize that it's okay to be messy. I grew up in a house that was super messy, like ridiculous. So I got comfortable. Like I don't see the mess. I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh.
I want this chandelier.
Yeah, I know. That's great.
I don't know. I'm just like going for it here. This is like a total example of one of my zines. So it's basically if you took one piece of paper and you cut it on both sides and cut it in half.
Okay.
Then it's
like 8 by half by 11.
Right, exactly. And I don't staple them because I send them through the mail. Like they get taped on the edges. There's like an address label and a stamp, and they just mail, right?
Oh, okay.
So I don't staple them, which can make, like, sometimes people just like lose them, but whatever, like, I don't know. It's just part of the charm. So it's called Blah, Blah, Blah. And this one I wrote like a little blurb about my new job, right? Because I've been like, I just got a new job and it was like a huge deal because I had the same job for 17 years. So, and I wrote a little poem, and then I wrote a flash fiction story that I had written about a piece of art at the art museum. They were doing this little thing where like write a flash fiction about this art, and then the top 3 winners are gonna win a thing or whatever. I don't know. And I won. I was like in the top 3. I got a free piece of art. It's so good. Oh, cool. And then I wrote a little handwritten writing about sitting next to the river. It was like March 26th, and it was just the first like really warm day, but it still wasn't like spring. There wasn't like green, you know, like too much green, but it was like warm, and I didn't have a sweater on, you know, like, so I just like sat and wrote about it. And I wrote a poem about it and wrote about my job sitch, and then wrote some more poetry. I was trying to write a bunch of poetry right then because I wasn't working. So if you can write poems every day, you can get really good at it. But otherwise, like, they're mostly not good. This one was just a whole bunch of art that I made, and it's all in black and white. It's great. When I posted these on Patreon, I posted them in color just so everybody could see them if they wanted to in color. But this one, it was when I met you, so I write about you in it.
You do?
So, yeah, so I brought it for you to read. Okay, so I just close my eyes and I just like grab something, and whatever I grab, I have to use.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Because I like will just be like, okay, I don't want any more of that.
I get the tiny micron. This isn't actually that thin of a one.
Yeah, I know, it's a nice one, isn't it?
And then what? Now what?
Yeah, so then what I do is like I pile them off to the side. And then I just close my eyes and grab another one. Okay. And then just do whatever like pulls me in, you know, with it.
Sticks.
Yes. This is where I use most of my tempera paint sticks, is like at my home. This, like, since I make a lot of figures in my art. What's the composition gonna be? Like, am I gonna make? Yeah, what it does is it makes like really weird color palettes that you would probably never do otherwise. Okay. You know, people are all like, oh, well, those 2 colors don't go together. And I'm sorry, I pretty much just believe that all colors go together. Like they're all fun. There.
I'm gonna have to do this.
Right, and that's why like all of these aren't like in their cases or whatever. But that you can't do it this way if you don't. So fun. If you don't do that. Whoa! Which I remember being disappointed. Ooh, this marker is one of my favorite markers I ever had. Chips? Okay. I stole this from the Missoula Children's Museum because I started. From children? I know, because I drew with it and I was like, "This is the greatest marker of my life."
I'm drawing an airplane.
I love
I don't know how that happened, but
when my kid was like 2, he was obsessed with airplanes, and so I would draw him airplanes like over and over and over again. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. These, have you pulled one of these yet?
Oh, the Stabilo?
They're freaking amazing.
No, because my eyes are closed.
And they go down just like
okay.
super butter. It's like so good.
Aha.
Yeah, there we go.
That one.
This is good because this one really needs to be sharpened.
I really like this kid energy that's happening.
Right? And so with my drawings, the goal is to fill in, like, I really try to like fill in actually like all the white space.
Oh, okay. One of the things I feel like I like about this is that I don't usually use, I usually like big washes of paint, and this is really getting me to sort of work with detail that I don't often do, but I'm often missing in my art.
Right.
And that's a really good tool to have.
Do you ever use the China markers?
I always have so much trouble peeling them, and then the thing breaks, and then I peel it some more, and then it breaks. I'm just like, F you, and I know, so I don't use them.
I can see that happening. I haven't
I don't have the skill to unravel those. I don't know, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, I can see that. Like sometimes I'll end up with like that much like stuff.
But then
like,
the thing breaks off, and then I have to keep. So, okay, show me how to do it.
So you pull on the string.
Yeah.
That was probably a little too much, but you know, whatever. And then we just peel, glued on things.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe
mine are faulty.
I mean, maybe they broke.
But I love them.
Right? Yeah, it's so good. It was like, no, you need this.
Oh, I love them on top of the temper stick.
Good. I had to just stop myself from reaching over and just like scribbling on your page.
I would not be mad. I mean, some people get mad.
Oh yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
Don't touch my art. I don't care.
I don't care either. Pretty good. Like I like to kind of like look at it and be like, is there anything else that I like want? Ooh, yeah, not yellow though. Sometimes I'll pull yellow and purple where I'm just like, no, no, I do not want
Maybe you should force yourself to use purple.
I keep it in the thing and I use it every once in a while. I loved your video about was it yellow and purple that you did a painting? You did it, like it was so cool. I was blown away.
Well, if you mix them, like as a paint, they're cool, but yeah, like separate, they're a little rough to do.
Well, I'm really happy with mine.
I really like it. That was fun. So this is mine. We're going to keep painting, but thank you so much for joining us today. It was great. It was fun.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. I love everything that you do. Should we hug now? Oh my God.